Have you ever considered the differences between wealthy and poor people? Do our daily routines and lifestyle choices have an impact on our net worth? Or does luck ultimately determine our financial futures? It turns out that your lifestyle choices can either increase or decrease your likelihood of being wealthy, which is why in this video, we will show you 5 ways the rich differ from the poor, the 5th of which will completely change the way you see money for the rest of your life. So, if you are new here, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. Number 1. The rich optimize their hourly earnings. Wealthy people appreciate time, which is the main distinction between rich and poor lifestyles. Wealthy people outsource low-value tasks for high-value tasks to maximize hourly earnings. They value their time. They emphasize time-rewarding activities. Rich people would prefer hire someone to trim their lawn than spend 3 hours and miss a customer. Time, not lawn, is the issue. They can use the 3 hours they would have spent grooming a lawn. A short training, customer meeting, or project completion are examples. Poor people think differently. Even though they hate lawn grooming, they may think hiring a lawnmower is a waste of money and do it themselves. Why do something you hate when you can do something you love and one that boosts your money balance by a digit? Also, value your time. Replace video games with financial books. Buy a machine to speed up a task. Hire a social media manager to focus on other company tasks. Hire a video editor to release YouTube videos faster. It is your time's return, ROTI. This makes measuring time efficiency simple. Is your reward worth it? Yes, go for it. If not, outsource for something better. Number 2. The rich see opportunities where others see problems. Moving on, perspective is another barrier that separates the rich and the poor. When it comes to recognizing chances, most wealthy individuals have eagle eyes. They, unlike poor people, have mastered the art of turning problems into money-making possibilities. What exactly do I mean? Here's the gist of it. When a river floods, the normal person sees a dead end. A wealthy person considers building a powerful boat to help people cross the river. You will be paying him for a ride across the same river before you realize it. To be honest, that is the secret sauce for accumulating wealth. You must arm yourself with a bright mind, one capable of thinking outside the box and generating game-changing ideas. Would you ever consider an online marketplace that connects you with sellers from all around the world? Bezos accomplished this by founding Amazon, which has made him one of the world's richest individuals. As you can see, possibilities can be found in our everyday routines. Rich individuals, rather than focusing on the problem, concentrate on finding solutions. This attitude of proactiveness provides them an advantage over poor people. So, what exactly is it that you find difficult? What do your friends complain about on a daily basis? Is it a broken ankle? How hard are planks and squats? Listen to their difficulties and come up with a solution. Who knows? It might be the next big thing on Shark Tank. Are you enjoying the video so far? Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. That will surely help us a lot. Number 3. The rich focus on assets, not liabilities. The main distinction between the rich and the poor is found in their financial practices. While the rich emphasize income-creating assets, the poor frequently purchase liabilities, non-cash generating assets. First, let me clarify the distinction between the two. An asset is simply any valued item whose value increases over time. Land, stocks, real estate property, and government bonds are all examples of assets in the financial world. One significant advantage of acquiring assets is that they will almost certainly generate greater revenue in the future. In contrast, liabilities are financial commitments owing to third parties. These are loans or non-cash producing assets that deplete your net worth rather than increasing it. Consider a personal automobile. If you buy a new Mercedes-Benz S-Class for $94,240 and pay cash, you are unlikely to profit from your purchase. The value of your car drops down the instant you drive it away from the showroom. Depreciation will have taken a large chunk of the initial worth of your car after around 3 years. And if you decide to sell it, you will get 70% of the initial amount on a good day. See, a car, no matter how expensive it appears, does not qualify as an asset due to its quick depreciation. Spending money on something with no profit potential is clearly not a good method to manage your money. Unfortunately, poor people adopt this mindset. They lavishly spend money on luxury watches, automobile loans, computer games, and overpriced residences, not realizing that these items are draining their bank balances. If you want to become wealthy, you should invest extensively in assets that provide additional revenue. This is what the wealthy do. Instead, you may use the $94,250 toward purchasing an apartment and renting it out. The rental revenue can be saved and used to pay off a car loan. This manner, you are not depleting your net worth, but rather increasing it. This holds true for other assets such as equities and government bonds. Bonds, for example, allow you to earn interests, dividends, over a defined time period. So, in addition to the money you invested, you receive an additional amount without having to work for it. The best thing is that you can convert your liabilities into income-generating assets. If you have an idle automobile in your garage, utilize it for Uber or Lyft. If you have a few hours after work, this can be a profitable side hustle. It literally makes no difference what you own. Someone could probably make use of it. It may be a bridal gown, a room in your apartment, or an entire floor in your primary home. It is always possible to hire it out. Number 4. The rich work for themselves. Another distinction between rich and poor people is their income choices. While the poor value employment, the wealthy prefer to be their own bosses. This is because most wealthy people are daring risk takers. They thrive on confronting their concerns and attempting new things. The normal individual, on the other hand, chooses to lurk behind a stable salary, even if he is being exploited. The average individual selects a 9-to-5 job out of fear of failure. What if my business does not take off? What if someone else has already thought of my idea? Will I be able to run a business on my own? These are some of the thoughts that go through the head of the average individual when they consider quitting their solid paycheck. However, I have nothing against employment. Indeed, we have professionals who work their way up the career ladder and eventually achieve financial success. However, this is frequently a lengthy and unpredictable path to financial freedom. Why is this the case? Because someone has to decide whether or not you get a raise. Your salary negotiation tricks may backfire. Your job scope may change over time, and your firm may feel that you are no longer required. Heck, it could take years of putting up with shady corporate politics before you ultimately land the corner office. The list goes on and on. Working for someone else can easily hinder your wealth-building efforts in a variety of ways. In contrast, self-employment makes you the single captain of your financial ship. You decide when to work, where to work, and who you work with. The best part is that there is no limit to how much money you can make. You get to retain all of the earnings if you create a product that benefits millions of people. Without a question, entrepreneurship offers a valuable opportunity for growth and learning. It may be difficult in the beginning, but it will pay off in the end. Once your company made it through the difficult stages, you will be able to enjoy the results of your labor. Actually, the majority of self-made millionaires are successful business owners. If you want to work for yourself but are currently employed, start with a side hustle. If you do not have a plan, you do not have to resign from your employment. The ideal option is to start a side business and grow it until you can easily quit your job. Number 5. The rich work on their financial IQ more than their educational IQ. Finally, do you know why the majority of professors die poor, or why some of the world's most famous millionaires lack degrees? Because you do not go to school to become wealthy. Schools teach you how to acquire a job, but not how to make your money work for you. The sooner you grasp this, the better your odds of accumulating wealth will be. The problem is that the knowledge you gain in school is barely usable in the actual world. Educational IQ makes money by parroting testable facts and creating the illusion of intelligence. You probably see school as a means to a high-paying job, which I agree with. However, you should understand that a large salary does not always signify riches. What is the use of earning $50,000 if you are deeply in debt or do not know how to invest your money? This is where financial intelligence comes into play. It teaches you golden money ideas that you will never learn in school. Financial IQ enables you to use your time to generate revenue and then reinvest that income to generate even more. It evokes a strong feeling of discipline in you, guiding your spending patterns and initiating a saving culture. Financial IQ will teach you that buying a property is not always a good idea, that your credit card is probably just draining your wallet, and that a global recession is the best time to acquire stock market shares. I can think of a few too many advantages to learning this type of information. Instead of spending money on expensive higher education, you may utilize some of it to improve your financial IQ. The key to financial freedom, as Robert Kiyosaki highlights in his classic book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, is understanding how money works. Yes, you understand mathematics, but how will that help you save money? What role will the anatomy of a rabbit have in your understanding of the stock market? Not to be a Debbie Downer, but there is no link. Start reading financial books, taking financial classes, and socializing with financially smart people if you want to become wealthy. You will not be sorry. Another thing, if you are interested in acquiring a financial education, make sure to check out our other videos linked in the description to learn more about money hacks. There you go. Those are 5 ways rich people live differently from the poor. And if you really want to take your finances to the next level, click on this next video and let's get started.